Let me ask a question. In human evolution, which appeared earlier, the anus or the mouth? To give you the answer directly, the anus came first. Back in the early stages of life's evolution, animals in the ocean had only one opening on their bodies. This single opening was used both for eating and for excreting, and it was called a single opening. But having just one opening not only made eating and excreting mixed together, which was unpleasant, but this primitive, inefficient digestive cavity also couldn't meet the body's growing energy needs. So, as evolution progressed and organisms became more complex, animals developed another opening, one dedicated to eating, and the other dedicated to excreting. If the second opening became the anus, these creatures are called protostomes. If it became the mouth, they are called deuterostomes. Even hundreds of millions of years ago, our animal ancestors knew each organ should have its own function and not be used for multiple purposes. As modern humans, we should be mindful. Our butt is for defecation, our mouth is for eating. Don't try to make them serve other functions. Mollusks, insects, arthropods are protostomes, as are fish. Birds and mammals, including humans, are all horseshoe crabs. In biological evolution, human skin swallows have a history of 650 million years, while the mouth has only 535 million years. But hundreds of millions of years ago, human ancestors were not Earth's protagonists. At most, they were the main course, eaten as a typical dish by protostomes. This lasted for hundreds of millions of years. In the Cambrian, 520 million years ago, the first Earth overlord was Anomalocaris, the first to evolve eyes. Don't be fooled by how primitive their eyes were. Even so, many animals wished for such a feature but didn't. With vision, they could prey on all the animals in the ocean. At that time, the answer to Earth's online version was eyes. Unfortunately, Anomalocaris belonged to the cyclostome family, while the deuterostome's ancestors were still creatures that looked between worms and fish, only a few centimeters long and just food for Anomalocaris. Then, 470 million years ago, the second overlord of Earth, the orthicon, rose to power. If you're wondering why the top of the orthicon's head is so pointy, that's actually its stacked shell. They could grow up to 8 meters long and had heartbeaks that blew the minds of other animals. During this period, the answer to Earth's online version was stacked shells plus beaks. Unfortunately, orthicons also belonged to the cyclostome family, and the best performing deuterostome of that era was an early fish called Arundaspis. Its mouth had no jaw, so it could only keep its mouth open to eat leftovers and scraps, growing a few centimeters to 10 centimeters long, and was still a snack for others. After tens of millions more years, Earth's third overlord, the Eurypterid, also known as the sea scorpion, made its debut. They could break their bodies into segments, making them move even faster. When they charged, they strike in a flash too fast for other animals to dodge in time. But unfortunately, sea scorpions were also cyclostomes, and at this time, deuterostomes were still just being eaten as snacks. However, things soon took a turn. By the late Ordovician, Earth's online server had an internal wipe 80 Ordovician mass extinction begin, and the planet was frozen for 200,000 years, wiping out 80% of all life. Before this, our human ancestors, as deuterostomes, had no offensive abilities, no defenses, and no size to speak of. In order to survive, they had to put all their skill points into agility. The nervous system evolved myelin sheaths and became encased in bone, strengthening muscle control and giving rise to vertebrates. Of course, in the previous version, this only made us a bit better at running away. But now, with the version update, all the evolutionary advantages that cyclostomes had accumulated over hundreds of millions of years vanished overnight. Everyone was back at the same starting line, so the competition was all about adaptability to the new environment. Protostomes' nerve conduction speed was only 1 meter per second, while deuterostomes, thanks to their myelinated nerve, could reach conduction speeds of up to 120 meters per second, a 120 to 1 advantage in our favor. Sorry, but I adapt faster than all of you. As the saying goes, the river shifts east for 30 years, then west for 30 years. Never underestimate the young and poor. By the Devonian period, the tables had turned, and the deuterostome family saw the rise of its first overlord, Dunkleosteus. Their mouths evolved a lower jaw, and with it came biting force, letting them crack open any animal of their time like sunflower seeds. They could grow up to 9 meters long, definitely a stats monster. In this era, the winning formula for Earth Online was vertebrae plus a lower jaw. Thus, the gears of fate began to turn for deuterostomes, while those of protostomes were welded in place. From then on, the title of Earth's fossil overlord rotated among vertebrates, while cyclostomes were left behind. Although both were vertebrates, fish were not human ancestors. At this stage, we were still just prey. Only when some lobe-finned fish, unable to survive in the ocean due to predators, made a choice against their ancestors' ways, they moved onto land. Among them were human ancestors. After coming ashore, these lobe-finned fish split into the reptilian clade, Sauropsida, dragon lineage, and synapsid clade mammalian lineage, beast tribe. The dragon lineage then became Earth's fifth overlords. At this time, human ancestors and all mammalian ancestors still looked like scrappy, mouse-like rodents. Dinosaurs ruled Earth for 160 million years, and we barely survived, always at risk of being eaten. No wonder we can handle hard work like oxen and horses. No, our ancestors were just that adaptable. Still, even oxen and horses need to look presentable at work. However, a turning point occurred 65 million years ago when a divine punishment update for Earth Online wiped out 75% of all species, including dinosaurs. But from the dinosaurs' perspective, just when you thought you had found the key to success, it turned out that someone had changed the lock. Everyone was back at the same starting line. So what really mattered was who could adapt better better to the new environment. Mammals, as complex gyri and soci formed in their cerebral cortex, developed bigger brains. With better brains, they adapted faster than others. The age of dinosaurs ended and the age of mammals began. Biological evolution is really like workplace manipulation. What matters most are 4 words. Embrace the change. Whoever adapts better has the advantage. 200,000 years ago, with a thunderous boom, the terrifying upright ape appeared. Earth's rulers belong to the Deuterostomia superphylum, Chordata phylum, Vertebrata subphylum, Osteichthyes superclass, Sarcopterygiae class, Synapsidae subclass, Mammalia class, Primates order, Hominidae superfamily, Hominidae family, Homo genus, Homo sapiens species, and the late Homo sapiens subspecies. That is, us let's be proud. After surviving for hundreds of millions of years, we get to enjoy the good life. As for the former early rulers of Earth, the protostomes, their descendants today can only serve as our snacks. Tonight, I'm eating arthropods to avenge our ancestors. Of course, you probably noticed, just as the saying goes, each new era brings a new champion. Every dominant species on Earth has evolved, multiplied, and then, with each update, rulers are reshuffled. So don't celebrate too soon. In reality, humans have only truly ruled Earth for a few thousand years. Maybe, one day, we'll also face a new version update.